Hi, and welcome to Wrong Way. And today, I'm going to show you how to ride downstairs on an electric unicycle. So, let me tell you more about it. So today, I'm going to give you a 8-step, pun intended, guide on how to ride downstairs. Maybe it's your first set of stairs, or how to better your stair riding skills. But before that, a quick PSA. Don't ride downstairs if you don't know that actually no one is on the stairs. Make sure that the surroundings are safe and that you don't put anyone else in danger while you try riding downstairs on your electric unicycle. Riding downstairs, or upstairs for that matter, will also deteriorate your EUC a lot quicker. So be sure to check your suspension bolts more often and stuff might also just break. Because, well, even though you might think it is this way, EUCs are not designed for riding downstairs. And this might also void your warranty. And don't ride downstairs on a full charge, because when riding downstairs you are braking quite a bit with your EUC, and if it's fully charged, it might just blow the motherboard. Now, this doesn't happen so often anymore, but better don't do it. 90%, 95%, start the fun there. All right, but before we get into the actual stair riding tactics, let's take a couple steps, steps back, and let me tell you about step 1 on the list. So first you need to choose an EUC that you will ride the stairs on. And here there's really just 2 criteria. First up, you want to choose an EUC with a strong axle or a hollow bore motor. And number 2, you want to select a EUC with suspension. The bigger the suspension travel, the easier it will be to ride downstairs. Also, the bigger the tire, the easier and more comfortable it will be to ride downstairs. The list of those is either in the description or listed here on the side, or maybe on this side too. Although it is possible to ride a wheel downstairs without suspension, this is a bit of a different technique and it's much less comfortable and, in my opinion, also less safe. So for this video, I'll just concentrate on suspension wheels. And of course, the more powerful the wheel, the more watts it has, the more oomph, the better it is for the stairs, both going down and up. All right, so for step 2, how do you even prepare your EUC for those stair riding shenanigans? Well, let me tell you. Number 1, check your tire pressure. You don't want to ride stairs with a pressure of below 35 psi, especially if you are a rider that weighs over 70 kilograms. In general, you want to have a stiff tire for your stair riding shenanigans. Because if you don't, well, then you can bend your rim. I have 40 psi in this Big Goat Extreme, which is also available at oneride.eu. Yes, there's also a coupon code WRONGWAY for -5% off for it. Yes. And for my rider weight of about 80 kilograms with gear, this is good. So then you want to set up your suspension. And what are the proper suspension settings for it? Well, you have to keep in mind that there's a lot of pressure on a stair set, and especially the lowest one, dropping back to flat, will be a very hard hit for your suspension. So you want to make sure that the suspension doesn't bottom out at all costs. So what you want to do then is crank compression to hard. Mine is like almost all the way to hard. Then you want to have a fast rebound speed, so the suspension extends really quickly because you have like a lot of steps. If it doesn't extend, then you will just stay a bit lower and closer to the ground. You don't want to have your pedals close to the ground. And then you also want to have a little bit of preload on your suspension, so you're already pretty stiff with your setting. So keep it hard. This is your Joker card. Was that too lame? Next up, you want to make sure that your feet are locked in and they can't move about too far on the pedals, because the last thing you want to have on your stair set is no toe pad and your foot just like woo, yeeting into the distance and forcing you to fall. So keep your toe pad close to your foot, keep your heel locked as well, so your foot can't jump out of the back either. I really like my pads far apart because then I can cushion the impact with the knees. So that's just my rider setting. And the brake pad, I have it a bit further away, but close-up works as well. And last up with your EUC settings is that some EUCs tend to tilt forward when rolling downstairs, especially slowly. And in general, you don't want to accelerate too much on the stair set. So in order to mitigate that, go into your app and set your horizontal adjustment maybe to 2 degrees or even 3 degrees backwards. As you can see now, it's tilting back. So you won't accelerate by yourself, by accident, all that much. And it won't tilt you forward too much when you're standing on the EUC. That's also a setting I do for most jumps. But then the front pad needs to be a bit further too. Okay, let's go into step number 3 on the list, on the steering list. Step number 3 is always, oh my God, those are taller and longer than I expected. Woo! Always ride with your gear on, your protective gear. So for this video, and usually when I do some more hardcore stuff, I have the following pieces of gear on. Always a full face helmet. This is a motocross helmet, by the way, so a bit more safety than the bicycle ones. As well as motorcycle boots, shin guards and knee pads underneath my pants. A very important hip protection and tailbone protection. Like, you can't imagine, like probably the most likely thing you'll fall on when riding your stair set and failing will be your butt. So wear some motorcycle pants or some protective, I call it like a diaper, protective diaper for big babies. Wear your One Ride merch, if there's any available, I don't know actually if there is. Armor, well I have chest protection, back protection, elbow, shoulder, all that you want. And of course gloves and wrist guards, because again, wrist guards, that's the second most likely thing that you'll fall on next to your tailbone and butt. Now of course I'm not your mommy to tell you what you should ride in, but I am your daddy and I want you safe, so wear this freaking gear. Alright, so once you got all of that down, let's get to step number 4, which will be actually the beginning of your practice. So you want to find yourself a hill which is pretty steep and a little bit too much or too steep for your comfort zone, because hills or rolling downhill is essentially rolling down a staircase without extra steps. So what you want to do there, when you ride down, you want to observe how your body reacts, and what you want to mitigate a lot of is braking. So when you're going down and you brake a lot like this will be really troublesome for going down a stair set, because you will bounce down every step you take. Once you start riding down, you want to develop a habit of not really leaning back all that much and just riding down. So do that a couple times. This time I'll do it even a bit faster. It's very scary to just have your face first when rolling down a hill, but that's what you want to do. Yee. So once you start feeling comfortable with that, try taking a little bit of a run up down the hill. So going down, perfect. Remember to keep your hands in front of you when rolling down such a hill. So rolling down again, this time I'll brake a little bit. If there's any wobbles, this is your safe space to get rid of them or get in control of wobbles and the EUC trying to steer you left and right, wherever. Once again, a little bit of a run up and boom. Once you're comfortable with that, let's get into the next step. Oh my God, there's just too many puns in this video. So the next step with this conveniently placed stair set next to the hill is to face back to the stair set and look over your left shoulder, put your foot down and go down backwards. Nah, that was just a joke. Let's get to the actual fourth or fifth step. So step 5 on the list, you want to find yourself a curb. So the curb will just help you a lot with the impact that you get on the bottom of the stair set. Now from a curb, it's not that painful to jump down, but you will get a good feeling how not to brake on the landing, because braking at a stair set is what will make you lose control of the EUC. I mean, braking too much. So get up to speed, make yourself comfortable with jumping down a curb. And then maybe you can also find a bigger one than this one. And with step 6, it'll be finally time to conquer your first stairs or steps on your electric unicycle. So find yourself a set of 2 steps or 3 steps that you want to write down. I really like this place because you can start out with just 1 step and again, make a feel for it. Boom, all right. And then you can go down just those 2 steps. And it's best if you just start out right away on your feet. Don't try pushing yourself or like starting before the stair set, because then you might lose balance. So if possible, get into it riding or hold yourself against the wall and you can ride down 2 steps. Okay, it's simple, right? You can bend your knees a little in order to cushion the impact. And once again, the most important thing, don't brake too much. And really here, I don't have much speed because I don't need it. I have about, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 kilometers an hour, even 5 is fine. So once you have a feeling for the 2 stairs, 2 steps, you can get into the 3. Nice. And then you'll be like, oh wow, that is actually fun. Let's do it a bit faster. Nice. And very importantly, just try those steps head on, because you don't want to go sideways, then the EUC will push you sideways a little, maybe you'll even hit the pedal. Head on is the most important part. So finally, with step number 7, it's finally time to check out the stair set. And keep in mind that there's 2 ways of going down a stair set. You can either go very slow and then bump down every single step on the way. This is what I typically see beginners do. Not too comfortable. Or you can ride down faster and then it's more of a bumpy hill than a stair set. And honestly, this is my preferred method. So here I have 5 points to determine and identify your stair set that you want to ride on. So number 1, don't ever ride blind into a long stair set or a stair set that looks kind of wacky tacky. You don't want to have a missing stair or some sort of broken elements. You don't want to ride into traffic, into pedestrians. Just scout out the place first before you ride. I mean, unless it's just like 1 set and you can see everything around it. Number 2, consider the length of each step, because size matters. So I just sort of determine those steps into long and short steps. So long steps are longer than your foot. So this stair set I would consider long and not tall. So you can see that it's far longer than my foot. So with each of those steps, in order not to bounce off from every stair set, and there's so many sounds here, oh my god, you need to be really fast. So I hate you with every little vein that I have in my body, you freaking loud vehicle. Okay, so let me write down. Okay, so now I'm just riding 10 kilometers an hour. It is barely enough speed, but if you go, okay, 10 is not enough. And usually that's what I see. That's easiest to lose the balance if you go slow on them. So let me do them a bit faster. All right, so now I'll go about 20, 25, and it's much better. But you have to keep in mind, the faster you go, you can either you can also just drop on the stair set and just miss the stair set altogether. So if you go too fast, you might just not even feel the stairs at all. When you have a short step, you don't need to ride it as fast because it is steeper then, right? So this stair set, and this is one of my favorite stair sets in Warsaw, I even made a video about it. I would consider to have short steps. They're about a foot long, well, could be shorter, and really not tall at all. You can see it goes right up the height of my ankle. So with such short steps, you don't need much speed at all in order to get going. So let me show you. All right, so I'm going about, okay, let's go 5 kilometers an hour. And we won't even bounce all that much from those steps. They will just propel us forward. And once we get to like 15 or 20, oh, they're so nice. So mellow. So let's do them once again, but faster. This will be a lot smoother and more fun. Whoa, whoa, whoo, whoa. Ooh, that was almost too fast. Sometimes when you go down those stairs, you keep accelerating and it's tough to brake. So remember about that. And number 3, are the steps tall or short? So everything above my ankle, I would say, is tall. For example, this stair set is very tall and short. You can see it's shorter than my foot and much taller than my ankle. So with this stair set, you really don't need much speed to get the flow in. So those are, I think, the toughest of all for you to train. So let's get down them. So really going not really fast, just 10 kilometers an hour, leaning forward. Woo! And it really accelerates you down. And if you really feel jazzy, you can even accelerate into them and jump down. Whee! Ooh. Okay, another one. Whee! Those are really smooth and fun. Those both things kind of add up, and depending on those two ingredients, their height and their length, you can adjust your speed. This will come with time, and you will know what speed to go on depending on the stair set you see, but generally the steeper it is and the shorter the step, the less speed you need going down a stair set. When starting out, it's best to select rather short steps because they won't accelerate you so much going down the hill, because this might be very surprising at first. So start out with small steps. They can be both long and short, whatever you prefer. And then you can work your way up with stair sets with 5 or more steps. And then work your way up to longer stair sets with more stairs and steeper stairs, because those steeper ones are a bit more tough, and that's when you might fall on your butt. So after the pedestrians have passed, you can see when I go slow, which is about 6 kilometers an hour, it's very easy to lose control as I'm taking each step individually. So what you want to do with those taller, longer stairs is you need to go faster. So now I'll go about 10 to 15 kilometers an hour, and you see the difference? Feels a lot better, right? Number 4 is you want to consider the edge here. So if it's a little bit rounded up like here, or if it's even slanted, then it's much better for your EUC, much more comfortable. If it's really sharp, especially with a low pressure, you can bend your rim. And number 5 you want to consider on your stair set is the surface. You don't want to have a slippery surface like marble or anything else. Like this here, you can see here, it's very grippy, and this is what you want to have on your stair set in order not to slip out of your EUC. All right, and step 8 on the list is send it. Have fun, go out with your friends, do a sesh. It's just plenty of fun to ride stairs. And to just really quickly sum up, stairs are not really scary. Stairs are just hills with bumps, as I like to call them. And with the right speed, they feel really smooth. It's important to be going at least maybe 10 kilometers an hour at the top in order to have a nice run down. And then on the bottom, you need to just cushion the impact. And commit to the stairs you're riding on, because sometimes bailing mid-time through the stairs will be worse than holding it through and going to the end of them. And yeah, and don't brake too much. Like a little bit of braking is fine, but too much braking, really going on your heels, will really throw you off and make you fall. And then with practice and practice and practice comes progress. So you'll become a better and better stair rider. And now, if you're interested for more of the advanced techniques like riding down backwards or doing a double or just gapping the whole stair set, then drop a like, comment below if you would want to see a video like that. But for now, this is it for me today. If you're still here, leave a like on the video, subscribe to see more content like this. I'll see you, my dear EUC, and you, my dear viewers, in the next video. See you soon. I think I need to tighten some screws here. Yeah, let's get you home, dear Extreme.